Hey guys, tonight we're going to take a slow stroll through a quiet forest. Imagine stepping into a world where everything moves a little slower, where the air is thicker, the trees taller, and the only sounds are the soft rustle of leaves and the distant call of birds. It's a place where time seems to stand still and everything feels more grounded. Now, if you're in a rush, this probably isn't your kind of walk. But for now, let's ease into this peaceful space, step by slow step. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. But only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from, so drop your location and local time in the comments below. I'm always curious to hear where everyone is. Now, dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. As you step into the forest, the first thing you notice is the coolness of the air. It's fresh, crisp, and smells faintly of earth and pine. The path beneath your feet is soft, not quite muddy, but definitely spongy, as though the ground has been patiently waiting for you. The trees around you stand tall, their trunks thick and weathered with age, their branches swaying gently in the breeze. You hear the first subtle rustle of leaves above you, the sound almost like a sigh, as if the forest itself is greeting you. The stillness of the forest is overwhelming at first, almost like the world outside doesn't exist. No honking cars, no chatter, no rushing footsteps, just the quiet of nature. As you walk, you feel the pressure in your chest start to release, like the air here has a calming effect. It's as if the trees, the ground, the very air you breathe are all pulling you into their rhythm. The further you go, the more the outside world fades away. The path winds around a large oak tree, its trunk so wide that you can barely wrap your arms around it. You stop for a moment and press your palm against the bark. It's rough and cool to the touch, and you feel a deep sense of connection, as if you are touching something much older than yourself. It's almost as though this tree has witnessed generations of people walk this path, and yet it stands here, unmoving, serene, a symbol of quiet strength. You take a deep breath, inhaling the fresh scent of pine needles and damp earth, and exhale slowly. You start to notice the small things around you. The soft hum of insects buzzing lazily, the distant call of a bird, the delicate crackle of twigs beneath your feet. Every sound here is softened, muted by the thick canopy above. The outside noise of everyday life seems like a distant memory. The forest has its own kind of language, one that speaks not with words, but with silence and sound. It's a language that invites you to slow down, to breathe deeper, to just be. As you continue walking, you pass beneath the towering trees, each step taking you further into this peaceful world. The path seems to go on forever, weaving through ferns and shrubs, but there's no hurry. You could walk here for hours and not feel the need to rush. In fact, you don't want to rush. The world outside can wait. A soft breeze rustles through the leaves above, sending small showers of fallen leaves to the ground around you. It's like nature itself is sharing its secrets with you, one soft leaf at a time. You pause for a moment, lifting your face to the cool breeze, letting it wash over you. It's refreshing, like a quiet reminder that the simple things, like a breeze, a leaf, a moment of stillness, are enough. The forest around you is alive, yet there's no sense of urgency here. It's as though everything in this place is content to exist in the moment, to simply be. And as you walk deeper into the woods, you start to feel the same way. Your worries, your tasks, your racing thoughts seem to slow down, almost as though they're being left behind with every step you take. This is the kind of place where you can find space to breathe, where you can feel your heart slow to a more natural, peaceful pace. As you continue walking deeper into the forest, the stillness begins to settle around you, almost like a protective cocoon. The sound of your footsteps on the soft earth is the only thing that disrupts the silence. But even that seems to blend in with the natural sounds of the forest. The trees are growing denser now, their trunks thicker and older, towering above you as if they've been watching over this land for centuries. The canopy overhead is so thick that only occasional rays of sunlight manage to break through, casting dancing shadows on the forest floor. You take a deep breath, inhaling the earthy, pine-scented air, and for a moment, it feels like you've entered a different world, one where time moves differently, where the pace of life slows down. The air feels heavy in a way that's comforting, like it's holding you in place, grounding you. You can feel every breath as it enters your lungs and every step as it presses into the earth beneath you. You can't help but smile, even though no one is around. The feeling of being so far from the chaos of the world, the feeling of being alone but never truly lonely, is strangely liberating. It's almost as if the forest itself is telling you that it's okay to let go, that it's okay to just be. You realize that the buzzing in your mind, the worry, the constant thinking, the list of things you need to do, seems to fade away. Here, in this peaceful place, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the next step, the next breath. The path winds gently ahead of you, bordered by ferns and moss-covered rocks. You spot a few mushrooms scattered along the way, their small, delicate caps poking through the underbrush. You kneel to get a closer look, marveling at how these tiny organisms have found their place in the forest's ecosystem. There's something so soothing about the simplicity of it all. Nature doesn't rush. It just grows and evolves at its own pace, and, in a way, it teaches you to do the same. No need to hurry, no need to force anything. Everything has its time. You hear a faint rustling in the bushes, and before you can turn, a small rabbit hops out, pausing to look at you with wide, curious eyes. You freeze, not wanting to disturb its peaceful moment. It stands there for a few seconds, then hops away into the undergrowth. It's such a brief encounter, but the sight of the little creature, so at ease in its environment, makes you feel more connected to the world around you. It's as if the forest itself is alive with gentle reminders to slow down and appreciate the small moments. As you continue on your journey, the forest seems to open up just a little more. The trees grow more spaced out, and the sunlight breaks through the gaps, casting a warm, golden hue over the path. The change is subtle, but it's noticeable. You feel like you've entered a new phase of your walk, one that feels even more serene than the last. The forest is gradually inviting you deeper into its heart, offering more space, more light, more peace. The air here feels different, almost as though it has a weight to it, rich with the scent of damp earth and pine. It's the smell of life, of growth, of things that are constantly changing but in their own time. You feel like you're part of this cycle, part of something much bigger than yourself. The pace of the walk is slow, but there's an energy in it, an energy that makes you feel both small and incredibly vast, connected to everything and yet uniquely you. With each step, you find that your body feels lighter, your mind quieter. The worries you once carried with you seem like distant memories. The world, in all its complexity, seems simpler here, more manageable. And as you walk deeper into this forest, you realize that you are not just walking through it. You're becoming a part of it, a part of something timeless, something incredibly grounding. The path ahead begins to curve gently to the left, drawing you deeper into the heart of the forest. You notice the texture of the ground has changed once again, becoming softer, more spongy beneath your feet. The trees here are more closely packed, their branches interwoven in such a way that the canopy above seems almost like a living, breathing ceiling. The sunlight that filters through now comes in beams, casting long shadows on the ground, creating pockets of warmth on the forest floor that feel inviting and peaceful. You can hear the distant murmur of a stream flowing somewhere off to your right, and for a moment, you allow your feet to carry you in that direction. As you walk, the air shifts again, cooler and more humid near the water, but still fresh, still soothing. The ground becomes softer, and your steps slow, almost instinctively, as you near the stream. The sound of running water grows louder, and you smile softly to yourself, knowing that you are getting closer to something even more peaceful. You step carefully over a moss-covered rock to the edge of the stream and pause. The water is crystal clear, and you can see the smooth stones lining the bed of the stream, each one perfectly shaped and worn by years of rushing water. A few leaves drift by, their colors vibrant against the sparkling water. You sit down on a large stone by the edge of the stream, letting the sound of the water rush over you. The sound is constant, rhythmic, like a lullaby for your mind, and you find yourself relaxing even further, feeling a deep connection to this simple moment. The forest around you seems even more alive now, with the sound of the stream filling the air. The birds seem to sing more loudly, the breeze in the trees more pronounced, as if the forest is speaking in a language you are just beginning to understand. You listen to the rhythm of the stream, watching as it moves steadily forward, never rushing, never hesitant. It's a perfect metaphor for the moment you're experiencing, moving at its own pace, unbothered by anything beyond its own existence. As you sit there, the water gently caresses the rocks, and you watch a few small fish dart playfully through the stream. It's impossible to feel rushed in this moment. Time seems irrelevant here. There is only the now. The past and future are distant concepts that seem to lose their grip on you the longer you sit by the stream. You realize that in this space there is no need to worry. The worries you brought with you here are slipping away, one by one, like the leaves drifting on the water's surface, carried away with the current. You stand up after a while, feeling the coolness of the water still on your skin, and you take a deep, steadying breath. There's a feeling of renewal, as though the stream has washed over you not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. You turn back toward the path, feeling more centered, more grounded. The forest now feels like a part of you, as though you belong here in this place, slow, peaceful, and timeless. As you walk back toward the main path, the stream continues to gurgle behind you, but now it feels like a distant memory, something that you can always return to in your mind whenever you need to. The trees part ahead, offering you a glimpse of the sky, and the sunlight breaks through once again, warming your face. You feel as though you've been reborn in this forest, that you've left a part of yourself behind in the stream, and now you're walking forward with a renewed sense of purpose and peace. The air feels different now, lighter, clearer. You notice the colors of the forest more vividly, the green of the leaves, the brown of the bark, the deep shadows that stretch across the forest floor. Everything seems more vibrant, more alive. You breathe it all in, letting the tranquility of the forest fill your lungs and settle in your heart. For the first time in a long while, you feel truly present, as if nothing exists but the rhythm of your footsteps and the soft sounds of the forest around you. You realize that the forest has given you more than just a walk. It has given you space to breathe, space to feel, and most importantly, space to let go. The weight you had been carrying, the worry that had been clinging to your shoulders, is lighter now, not gone, but softened. You don't feel the need to rush, don't feel the need to move quickly. The world, the forest, everything around you is moving at its own pace, and for the first time, you are content to move with it. The path now leads you to a small clearing in the forest, where the sunlight pours in from above, bathing everything in a warm, golden glow. You step into the open space, and for a moment, you pause to take in the sheer beauty of it. The grass beneath your feet is soft and lush, swaying gently in the breeze. A few wildflowers, vibrant in color, dot the clearing, and their delicate petals seem to reach toward the sun. The trees that surround this little haven are a mix of towering oaks and slender birches, creating a sense of both openness and enclosure. As you stand there, feeling the warmth of the sunlight on your skin, you realize how quiet it is. There is no rush here. The only sound is the gentle whisper of the wind through the leaves and the occasional bird call. Even the world seems to hold its breath, as though this clearing is a sacred space where time doesn't exist. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the peacefulness of the space wash over you. The sunlight feels soft and nurturing, and as it filters through the trees above, it creates a dance of light and shadow on the ground. The play of light is so mesmerizing, so tranquil, that you find yourself lost in the patterns for a few moments. There's something comforting about the way the sunlight moves through the branches, casting shifting, dappled patterns that seem to follow your every move. It's as though nature itself is engaging with you, inviting you to slow down, to just be here in this space. You sit down in the soft grass, feeling the earth beneath you grounding you, and for a moment, you simply sit in silence. Your legs cross comfortably beneath you, your hands resting on your knees. The sun continues to warm your skin, but it's not too hot, just enough to make you feel relaxed and at ease. Everything in this moment feels right. The breeze moves gently through your hair, carrying with it the fresh scent of pine and earth. The light, the sound, the stillness. Everything is in perfect harmony, and you realize that for once you are truly present. The wind picks up just slightly, and you watch as a few leaves detach from the trees and drift lazily to the ground. You follow one leaf as it spirals down through the air, floating gently before landing softly at your feet. The leaf, like so many things in the forest, seems to surrender to the flow of life. It doesn't fight the wind or the inevitable pull of gravity. It simply lets go and follows its own course, trusting that wherever it lands, it's exactly where it's supposed to be. This moment, this peaceful clearing, brings a sense of clarity. It's as though the forest has been whispering to you all along, teaching you how to let go, how to accept the rhythm of life and move with it, instead of against it. The worries that once seemed so pressing begin to fade further away. You don't need to fix everything at once. The world can wait. What matters right now is this moment, this sense of calm, this space you've found in the middle of the forest. The forest doesn't rush, the flowers don't rush, and you don't need to rush either. As you sit in the clearing, you start to feel a deep connection to the land. You've always known that nature has a calming effect, but now, sitting here in this quiet space, you understand it in a new way. The earth beneath you, the trees around you, the sky above you, they are all connected, part of a larger system that is both beautiful and gentle. You are a small part of that system, and that thought, that realization, brings you peace. You close your eyes again, this time allowing the sounds of the forest to fill your mind. You hear the distant hum of bees, the soft rustle of leaves, the occasional chirp of a bird. Each sound seems to add to the overall sense of tranquility, like pieces of a peaceful melody. The breeze, the sun, the soft whispers of the forest. All of it combines to create a moment of perfect harmony. For a few more moments, you sit there, breathing in the serenity, letting go of everything else. You can feel your body relaxing deeper into the earth with every exhale, your muscles loosening, your thoughts slowing. Everything feels so simple here, so unhurried. The world outside may be full of noise, of chaos, but in this moment, none of that matters. All that matters is here, now, in the stillness of the forest clearing. As you stand up and prepare to continue your walk, you take one last look around, committing this peaceful space to memory. You carry a sense of quiet gratitude with you, a feeling that this moment, this connection with nature, will stay with you long after you leave. The forest has shared its stillness with you, and you know you can return to it any time you need to find peace again. As you continue your journey, the path starts to narrow once more, the trees growing thicker, their branches reaching out like welcoming arms, offering shade from the now warm sun. You notice the air growing cooler again, the scent of pine and fresh earth more pronounced. Every step you take feels like a deeper immersion into this peaceful world where time seems to have no grip, and the worries of the outside world seem to slip away even more with each passing moment. You walk on, the forest now whispering to you in soft, rustling tones. The crunch of the forest floor beneath your feet is comforting, like the forest is giving you a gentle rhythm to follow. Each step becomes a mantra, a meditative pulse that soothes your mind and body, leaving everything else far behind. The deeper you go, the more you sense the energy of the forest, a calm energy, a grounding force that fills the space around you. The path ahead gradually begins to ascend, a gentle slope that leads you to a higher vantage point. The forest, dense and shadowy below, begins to open up as you climb, and the view ahead grows wider. As you reach the top of the slope, the trees part slightly, offering you a glimpse of the landscape beyond the forest. From here, you can see rolling hills, vast stretches of wildflowers, and a soft blue sky stretching far into the horizon. The sun is lower now, casting a warm golden light over the landscape. It's a breathtaking sight, one that takes your breath away for a moment. You stop for a while to simply take in the view, feeling the breeze on your face, watching the clouds float lazily across the sky. The landscape is so peaceful, so open, and in this moment you realize just how much you've needed this space, this stillness, this connection with the earth. You take a deep breath, filling your lungs with the cool, fresh air, and as you exhale, you feel a deep sense of relief. The forest has given you this moment, and it's exactly what you needed. After a while, you continue on, moving further along the path, which now winds downward, taking you deeper into the forest once again. The forest has transformed, the trees now spaced further apart, allowing for more sunlight to filter through. The ground is drier here, less moss-covered, but the air still smells just as sweet, a mixture of earth, pine, and the soft scent of wildflowers. The forest feels more open, more expansive, as though it's inviting you to explore further. You pass under a few low-hanging branches, the leaves brushing against your arms, and smile to yourself. The forest feels like a friend now, something you're deeply connected to. Each step you take feels like you're following the pulse of nature, and with each passing moment, you feel more and more aligned with the rhythm of the world around you. The forest is not just a place you're walking through, it's a space you are becoming a part of. The sounds of the forest are with you again, soothing and gentle. You hear the occasional snap of twigs underfoot, the distant call of a bird, the rustle of leaves. It all blends together into a peaceful melody, a soundtrack to your walk that reminds you that life, in its simplest form, is nothing more than a collection of moments like these, quiet, peaceful, unhurried. There's no rush here. The forest moves at its own pace, and in this moment you realize you don't need to move any faster than it does. There's no need to rush. Here, in the forest, you are exactly where you need to be. As you walk deeper into the woods, you come across a small stream, the water bubbling over smooth stones, creating a soft, melodic sound. The stream winds through the forest, its waters clear and inviting. You follow the path alongside the stream, the coolness of the water providing a refreshing contrast to the warmth of the sun on your skin. The sound of the water is calming, like a natural lullaby that carries away any lingering thoughts or concerns. You stop at the water's edge, crouching down to touch the cool, clear water. It feels refreshing against your fingertips, the sensation almost grounding. For a moment, you simply watch the water flow, the current strong yet peaceful. You notice a few small fish darting through the water, moving with such grace, their movements fluid and effortless. It's as though everything in the forest is moving with a purpose, but in its own time, at its own pace. Sitting there by the stream, you let the sounds of the water and the forest around you wash over you. The worries of the outside world feel so distant now, like they belong to another life, another time. Here, in this moment, there is only the present. You are fully immersed in the now, fully alive in this beautiful space. The forest has a way of reminding you that you don't need to carry the weight of the world with you. You can simply let go, breathe, and allow yourself to be. After a while, you rise from the stream, the cool water still fresh on your fingertips. The peaceful sound of the stream fades behind you as you begin walking again, feeling more grounded than when you first entered the forest. The path ahead is slightly uphill now, and you notice how the landscape has subtly shifted once again. The trees are smaller here, but the ground is covered with a thick carpet of moss, making each step feel soft and cushioned. The air smells richer here, a mixture of fresh earth and decaying leaves, the scent of life and renewal. With each step, the forest feels like it's opening up more, inviting you deeper into its heart. You notice the way the trees twist and bend in unique shapes, their trunks gnarled from years of wind and weather. These trees, though smaller, seem full of character. They've stood through countless seasons, facing storms, and standing tall against the odds. You can't help but feel a sense of admiration for them, and you pause for a moment to appreciate their resilience. They stand as a quiet reminder that, just like them, you too can endure the challenges that life throws your way. As you walk, you start to notice the forest's textures more deeply. the smooth, weathered bark of the trees, the roughness of the stones, and the softness of the moss beneath your feet. Every surface in the forest seems to be telling a story of growth, change, and time passing in its own quiet way. You realize that, just like the forest, you too are part of this ever-evolving world, growing, changing, and finding your way in each moment. The peacefulness of the forest is slowly filling you, and you feel yourself becoming more attuned to its rhythms, its gentle flow. The path ahead begins to narrow again, but you don't mind. You're not in any hurry, and the space around you feels as open as it needs to be. The forest feels expansive, yet intimate, as though it has a way of adjusting itself to fit exactly what you need. The air grows cooler now as the sun sinks lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the forest floor. The forest is shifting into evening, and the atmosphere changes. The colors around you are richer, deeper. The greens of the leaves have darkened, and the sky above is turning a soft shade of blue, tinged with purple. You come across another small clearing, a quiet pocket within the forest where the sunlight still touches the ground. You stop and take a moment to breathe, soaking in the last of the golden warmth before the sun fully sets. The light here is softer, more muted, and it feels like the perfect place to pause and reflect. You sit down on a large stone, resting for a while, letting the serenity of the forest settle into your bones. In the distance, you hear the soft call of an owl, its hoot a low, comforting sound that echoes through the trees. It's almost like a signal, a reminder that the night is coming, and it's time to slow down, to rest, and to appreciate the calm that the evening brings. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the sounds of the forest fill your senses, the distant rustle of the trees, the faint chirp of crickets, and the soothing silence of the world around you. The forest feels different now, as the light shifts and the evening cools. The trees, once vivid and bright, are now cloaked in shadow, their bark glowing in the soft light of the fading sun. You can feel the peacefulness of the forest settling deeper into your soul, like it's wrapping you in a gentle embrace. The worries and tensions that once seemed so pressing now feel insignificant, like distant echoes that no longer matter. You are here, in this moment, surrounded by nature's timeless peace. As the sun dips lower, the light begins to fade completely, and you know that night will soon take over. But even as darkness falls, there's a sense of warmth in the air, a feeling of safety and quiet that the forest gives off. You realize that the forest doesn't just provide peace in the daylight. It gives you a sense of security even as the night comes. There is no fear here, no hurry. There is only the comfort of knowing that the forest will always be here, that its calm will always be available to you when you need it. With the setting sun casting the last golden rays on the path ahead, you decide it's time to head back. But this time, you don't feel the weight of the day on your shoulders. You feel lighter, freer, and filled with the quiet energy that the forest has shared with you. As you walk back along the path, The sound of your footsteps is soft and steady, blending with the murmurs of the night. You feel connected to the world around you, to the trees, to the sky, and to the stillness that the forest has offered you. The world outside may be full of noise and rush, but here, in this forest, you've found a peace that is all your own. It's a peace that exists in the quiet moments, in the subtle movements of nature, and in the stillness of your heart. You've discovered that you don't need to look far for peace. It's always been here, in the forest, in the moments where you stop and simply listen. As you continue your journey back through the forest, the world around you feels quieter, softer. The path that was once so vibrant and full of life now seems to hold a deep, peaceful silence, as if the trees and the earth are quietly watching you walk. The sun has fully set now, and the forest is bathed in twilight. The dimming light casts everything in a soft, ethereal glow, making even the most familiar parts of the forest feel new and mysterious. The cool air brushes against your skin, and you feel a sense of calm wash over you. The night has a certain stillness, a serenity that's almost palpable. The crickets chirp softly in the distance, and you hear the occasional rustle of leaves as the wind moves gently through the trees. The deepening shadows make everything feel more intimate, and as you walk, you feel as though you're becoming one with the night. The forest seems to have shifted into a different realm, a quieter, more reflective space. Every so often, you catch a glimpse of the sky through the gaps in the trees, where the last traces of the setting sun fade into the deep blues and purples of the evening sky. The stars, so distant yet so close, begin to appear one by one, like tiny pinpricks of light in a vast, infinite canvas. You stop for a moment, looking up at the stars, and for the first time in a long time, you feel truly small. Not in a bad way, but in the way that reminds you of how vast and beautiful the world is. The stars seem to speak to you, whispering that everything is as it should be, that everything will unfold as it's meant to. The path underfoot is smoother now, and the soft light from the stars makes it easy to navigate. The air smells sweeter in the evening, with hints of damp earth and pine, and there's a quiet fragrance of flowers that seems to bloom more vividly under the cover of darkness. As you walk, you become more attuned to the subtle sounds around you, the rustling of small animals in the underbrush, the flutter of wings as a bird takes flight, the occasional drip of water from the trees. Every sound feels like a part of the forest's symphony, creating a sense of harmony and balance that makes you feel at ease. You pass by the stream again, its water glistening in the dim light, flowing steadily with a soothing sound. The cool, crisp air feels refreshing against your skin as you stop for a moment, leaning over to touch the water again. It's so clear that you can see the smooth stones on the bottom, and for a moment, you lose yourself in the simplicity of the scene. The steady flow of the stream reminds you of the gentle rhythm of life itself, constant, ever moving, yet never rushing. It's as though the forest is reminding you once again that life, much like the water, will continue on its path at its own pace, and there's no need to hurry or worry. As you continue walking, the path grows quieter still. The trees now feel like silent sentinels, standing watch over the forest as the night deepens. The air seems to cool even more, and you wrap your arms around yourself a little tighter, feeling the comforting embrace of the night. The forest, now fully enveloped in darkness, feels peaceful and complete. There's a kind of beauty in the quiet of the night, in the way the forest settles down for rest. The walk back feels different than when you started. You feel more connected to the land, more in tune with the rhythms of nature. There's no sense of rushing now, no need to get anywhere quickly. The forest has a way of slowing down your thoughts, of bringing you back to the present moment, reminding you that all you need to do is breathe, walk, and appreciate what's around you. It's a lesson the forest teaches without saying a word, a reminder to let go of the pressures of time and simply exist. You realize that you've been walking for longer than you expected, but it doesn't matter. Time seems irrelevant here. The only thing that matters is the feeling of peace that has settled over you, the sense of belonging you've found in the forest. The noise of the outside world feels distant, muffled, as though it's fading into a distant memory. The only world that exists now is the one around you. The forest, the sky, the stars, and the quiet rhythm of your steps. As you approach the edge of the forest, you feel a slight reluctance. The peacefulness you've found here, in the quiet corners of the woods, has become a part of you. But you know that the forest will always be here, waiting for you to return whenever you need it. The stillness of the night will always be just a step away, ready to embrace you with its calm whenever you need to find your balance again. With one last look at the darkened trees behind you, you step out of the forest and into the open. The cool night air feels different here, the sounds of the forest now just a faint memory in the distance. But the peace you have found in the forest stays with you, nestled in your heart. You carry it with you as you move forward, knowing that, just like the forest, you too can find peace and stillness, no matter where you are. As you step fully out of the forest and back into the world, there's a shift. The noise of civilization is far more noticeable now. The hum of cars in the distance, the soft chatter of people nearby, the occasional sound of footsteps on pavement. Yet, despite the sudden return to the bustling world, you carry with you a quiet strength. The peacefulness of the forest lingers within you, a soft hum in the background, grounding you. It's as though you've learned something that can't be unlearned. You've tapped into a sense of calm that feels timeless, one that exists beyond the chaos of daily life. For a moment, you hesitate at the forest's edge. The sounds of the outside world are louder here, but you notice something. They don't bother you as much. It's almost as if the forest's silence has given you a new perspective on the noise. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you find that you can sit with the sounds of the world and still retain your peace. It's a quiet confidence, a knowing that you are not simply a part of the chaos, but can be a witness to it without letting it consume you. You begin to walk again, feeling lighter in spirit, your movements slow and deliberate. Your thoughts are more ordered now, no longer racing ahead of you. There's a clarity in your mind that wasn't there before. The forest, with all its subtle teachings, has reminded you that peace is not something to chase, but something to cultivate within. You don't need to force it. It's already there, waiting for you to embrace it, to stop running from it. As you make your way down the path that leads you back home, you reflect on the quiet lessons the forest has given you. It didn't need to speak loudly to teach you about patience, about stillness, about the beauty of simply being. The rhythm of the trees, the slow flow of the stream, the soft, unhurried pace of life in the forest. All of it has seeped into you, gently but firmly. You've learned that there's no rush, that the world doesn't have to be a race, and that every moment can be savored if you simply slow down enough to appreciate it. The city around you seems louder now, but you no longer feel impatient with it. You feel a quiet understanding. This is just another part of life, another part of the dance between silence and noise, between stillness and movement. And you know that when the noise becomes too overwhelming, you can always return to the forest. It's not just a physical place you've left behind, it's a part of you now. The calmness, the quiet energy will stay with you. It has become a part of the rhythm of your own being. You walk with a new sense of purpose, not because you're heading anywhere specific, but because you've learned to enjoy the journey. The world may be filled with distractions, with rushing, with noise, but you have found the key to navigating it, the ability to pause, to listen, and to reconnect with yourself when needed. You've learned that peace isn't something you find outside of yourself. It's something you cultivate from within, with each conscious step you take. The next time you feel the weight of the world pressing down on you, you'll know where to go, whether it's physically stepping back into a forest or simply closing your eyes and letting your mind wander to a quiet place. The forest has taught you that you can always return to stillness, no matter where you are. It's not about escaping the world, but learning how to live in it with peace in your heart. As you move through the streets, the sounds of the city no longer seem so overwhelming. You can hear them, but you don't feel consumed by them. It's as though the forest has given you a kind of inner hearing, a way of listening without being swept away by the noise. You feel a sense of balance, of harmony, as if the forest's quiet rhythm has settled within your bones. And for that, you are deeply grateful. The world may continue to spin at its usual pace, but you know you have learned to find your own rhythm. The forest, with its slow, patient wisdom, has reminded you that peace is always within reach. It's not something that happens to you, it's something you create with each step, each breath, each quiet moment you allow yourself to enjoy. And as you walk on, carrying the forest with you, you realize that the peace you found there is not just something to be experienced in nature. It's something you can bring into your daily life, something you can nurture no matter where you are. The forest has become a part of you, and with each passing moment, its lessons will continue to guide you. As you continue your walk, you realize how much lighter you feel, almost as though the weight of the day has been lifted from your shoulders. The walk through the forest has left you with a sense of ease and clarity, a sense of connection that you didn't realize you were missing until now. It's almost like the forest has reminded you of something important, something that you'd forgotten in the noise of everyday life. The importance of slowing down, of taking a moment for yourself, of reconnecting with the natural rhythm of the world. The city around you is still bustling, but it no longer feels as overwhelming as it did before. You're able to walk through it with a calmness that comes from within, unaffected by the hustle and bustle. The people, the traffic, the sounds of the city. It's all still there, but now you move through it with a sense of quiet confidence, knowing that you carry the peace of the forest with you. It's like a small, quiet sanctuary that you've tucked into your heart, a place you can return to whenever you need it. You come to a quiet park, one you've passed many times before, but never really stopped to appreciate. Today you pause, taking a moment to sit on a nearby bench. The park is peaceful, with trees lining the path and a few scattered benches. It's not as quiet as the forest, but there's a calmness here that invites you to take a breath and just be. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the sounds of the park, the distant chatter of people, the rustling of leaves, fade into the background. You can feel the same sense of peace that the forest gave you, even in the midst of the city. It's a reminder that peace isn't tied to one place. It's within you, always accessible, as long as you allow yourself to find it. As you sit there, you notice a small group of children playing nearby. Their laughter is light and carefree, and for a moment you smile at the simplicity of it all. It's a reminder that sometimes the most healing thing we can do is let go of our worries and experience the world with the same openness and joy that children do. They don't carry the weight of tomorrow or the anxiety of what might come. They simply enjoy the present moment, and in that, there's something profound. You breathe in the fresh air, feeling your chest expand, and for a moment, you simply enjoy the feeling of being alive, of being present in this space. The park, though small compared to the vastness of the forest, offers its own form of peace. And it occurs to you that there are countless places like this, places of quiet and stillness that are all around you, waiting for you to take notice. As the sun sets further, the world around you begins to shift again. The light is softer now, the shadows longer, and you feel a sense of peacefulness that comes with the approaching night. The city's energy hasn't gone away, but you no longer feel swept up in it. You've learned to navigate it with ease, to find moments of quiet even in the midst of the noise. The forest taught you that peace isn't just something you find in secluded spaces. It's something you can carry with you, even in the busiest of places. The park starts to empty out, and the evening air grows cooler. You take one last deep breath, feeling a sense of gratitude for the walk, for the forest, for the stillness that has settled into your soul. As you stand up to leave, you feel a renewed sense of calm, knowing that the peace you've found is always within you, always accessible. You no longer need to search for it outside of yourself. It's with you now, wherever you go. Walking back toward your home, you feel more connected to the world around you. The trees, the sky, the people, all of it feels part of the same rhythm, the same pulse that flows through the forest. You carry that rhythm with you, walking through the world with a quiet confidence, a sense of knowing that you can find peace anywhere, at any time. The forest has shown you that peace isn't a destination. It's a journey, one you can walk at your own pace. The world may rush around you, but you've learned how to move through it with grace, how to find stillness even in the busiest of moments. And as you walk home, you carry with you the calm of the forest, a reminder that peace is always there within reach, as long as you take the time to stop, breathe, and listen. As the evening deepens and the city lights flicker on, you find yourself walking more slowly, savoring the cool night air. There's something about the night that feels different now, as if it too carries the peacefulness of the forest you just left behind. The sounds of the city blend into a soft hum, but they no longer feel intrusive. They're just part of the world, and you've learned to live with them, just as you learned to live with the stillness of the forest. The trees lining the street sway gently in the evening breeze, and the leaves rustle in a familiar way. It's not the forest, but it's close enough. You pause for a moment, letting the rustling leaves bring you back to that peaceful place in your mind. The sound, soft and rhythmic, reminds you of the forest's heartbeat, a steady, calming pulse that you can carry with you wherever you go. Walking through the quiet streets, you reflect on the lessons you've learned during your time in the forest. You realize that it wasn't just the beauty of the landscape or the tranquility of the surroundings that made the experience so peaceful. It was the act of being present, of truly connecting with the moment. In the forest, you weren't rushing to get somewhere. You weren't distracted by your to-do list or the constant noise of the world. You were simply walking, breathing, and being. That simplicity, that focus on the here and now, has stayed with you. As you walk through the city, you find yourself more aware of the small moments, the way the light glints off the window of a passing car, the quiet laughter of people sitting at a nearby cafe, the soft murmur of conversation as you pass by. These small moments, once so easy to overlook, now feel full of meaning. The world is still bustling around you, but you've learned to find peace in the quiet moments within it. You arrive at your doorstep and pause before you enter. The night is still and calm, the air cool against your skin, and the world outside feels more serene than it did before. The forest has taught you something important, that peace is not something to seek in far-off places, but something to nurture within yourself, to carry with you wherever you go. Whether you're surrounded by the noise of the city or walking through a quiet forest, The ability to find peace is always within reach, always just a breath away. You open the door and step inside, the quiet of your home greeting you. The world outside, with all its noise and rush, is still there, but it no longer has the same hold on you. You've learned to live with it, to move through it at your own pace, to carry the stillness of the forest with you as a quiet companion. The peace you found in the forest has become part of you now, a steady rhythm that flows through you, even as you navigate the busyness of the world. It's a reminder that, no matter where you are, you can always find stillness. You can always take a moment to breathe, to reconnect with yourself, and to find peace within. As you settle in for the night, the calming sense of the forest still lingers, softening your thoughts and preparing you for a restful sleep. The world may be full of noise, but you know you have the tools to navigate it. You've learned that peace is not something that exists outside of you. It's something you can create from within, simply by slowing down, breathing, and being present. And with that knowledge, you fall into a peaceful sleep, knowing that the forest stillness will always be with you, ready to return whenever you need it. As you drift into sleep, the night feels different now. The stillness of the forest, the peace you carried with you, wraps itself around you like a soft, comforting blanket. The sounds of the city outside, though still present, are no longer a source of distraction. They fade into the background, and the soft rhythm of your breath becomes the only sound that matters. You feel deeply connected to the peace you found earlier, as though it has found a permanent place within you. The forest may be far away, but its essence has stayed with you. It lingers in your mind, in the way your body feels lighter, more at ease. The calming presence of nature has settled within you, and you know, even in your sleep, that you carry it wherever you go. There's no rushing, no pushing, no sense of urgency. There's only the gentle, quiet flow of life, moving at its own pace. The gentle pulse of your breath, steady and slow, mimics the rhythm of the forest. As you sleep, you find yourself back in the woods once more, this time without even needing to take another step. You're there, in the same quiet clearing, sitting beside the stream, the water flowing gently over the smooth rocks. The stars above twinkle softly, and the cool breeze rustles the leaves, creating the same peaceful sounds that you carried with you. This dreamlike return to the forest feels like a gift, a reminder that the peace you've discovered isn't tied to any one place, but to the way you choose to experience the world. The forest taught you that stillness is not a destination but a state of being, a way of moving through life with intention and presence. You no longer need to seek it outside yourself. It's always available, always within reach. You stand in the clearing, looking up at the stars, and for a moment you feel truly small, but in a way that is comforting. You are just one part of a much larger world, and yet you are deeply connected to it. The forest, the stars, the earth beneath your feet. They all share this quiet rhythm, this eternal flow that moves through everything. and you are part of it. You are both the observer and the participant, moving through the world with the same calm, unhurried pace. As you stand there, in the stillness of the dream, you feel a deep sense of gratitude. The forest has shown you something precious. That peace is not something you need to chase. It's already inside you, always has been. The forest simply helped you remember that. You don't need to search for it in the rush of everyday life or in distant places. It's within you, in your breath, in your steps, in the quiet moments when you choose to pause and be present. And with that feeling of gratitude, you slowly begin to wake, but the peace of the forest still lingers. The soft rhythm of your breath, the gentle hum of your body, and the calming presence of the forest are still there, still with you. You carry them into your day, into every moment, into every breath. You are now a part of the forest's quiet rhythm, its eternal flow, and in that there's comfort. You open your eyes, the world outside still waiting, but you are no longer rushing to meet it. The peacefulness you've cultivated is within you, and it is enough. As you get up and face the day, you do so with a calm heart, knowing that you can always return to the forest whenever you need it, simply by closing your eyes and breathing deeply. As the day begins, you find yourself carrying the quiet peace of the forest with you. The world outside is filled with its usual noise, the hum of traffic, the chatter of people, the constant movement of life. But today, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's as if you've learned how to exist within the flow of it all without being swept away by it. The forest has shown you how to be present, to move with the rhythm of life, rather than against it. You take a deep breath as you step out into the day, noticing how the simple act of breathing feels different. It's deeper, more intentional, as though the forest's lesson has become a part of your every movement. The air, though it's not the cool, earthy scent of the forest, still feels fresh and clear. You realize that the forest's peace is something you've carried with you, not in the form of the trees, the stream, or the quiet moments of nature, but in the way you now move through the world, in the way you breathe, in the way you walk. Even as you enter the busy streets, you feel no rush. The crowds of people walking around you seem to move in slow motion, and instead of feeling impatient, you feel a quiet calm. It's as if the forest has taught you how to move at your own pace, regardless of what's going on around you. You notice the smallest details, the sunlight reflecting off a puddle, the way the wind tousles someone's hair, the sound of footsteps on the pavement, and you feel connected to it all. Everything feels more vivid, more alive, because you've slowed down enough to notice it. The noise of the city, which once felt suffocating, now feels distant, like a low hum in the background. The forest's stillness has given you a new perspective, and you find that you no longer need to fight against the noise of the world. You can simply exist within it, find your rhythm amidst the chaos. The peace you found in the forest isn't something that's locked away in the trees or the quiet of nature. It's something that exists within you, and all you have to do is return to it whenever you need. You sit down at a small cafe, the clinking of cups and the murmur of conversations swirling around you, but it doesn't disturb you. Instead, you take a moment to sit back and listen, really listen to the world around you. You hear the clink of a spoon, the soft rustle of a newspaper, the hum of a conversation. All these sounds, once overwhelming, now feel harmonious, like a symphony playing in the background. You realize that there's no need to escape the world, no need to run from the noise. You can find peace within it, in the small moments, in the quiet spaces between the sounds. As you sip your drink, you think back to the forest, the stillness, the trees, the soft rustle of the leaves. It's all still with you, like a gentle undercurrent to your thoughts. You smile, knowing that no matter where you go, you carry that quiet peace with you. The forest has taught you that you don't need to find a place of peace. It's something you create from within. The world may continue to rush around you, but you don't have to get caught up in it. You can simply exist within it at your own pace, grounded by the peace you've found inside. As the day continues, you find yourself moving through it with ease, as if the forest's calm rhythm is guiding you. The world feels more manageable, more peaceful. You walk through the streets with a sense of lightness, feeling no pressure, no urgency. The world can be as it is, and you can be as you are. The forest has given you the greatest gift, the ability to exist in the moment, to find peace in the present, no matter where you are. You realize that this is what the forest has shown you, that peace doesn't exist in a far-off place or a quiet corner of the world. It exists within you, in the way you choose to experience life. The forest, with all its beauty and stillness, has simply reminded you how to return to that place of peace within yourself. And for that, you are deeply grateful. As the evening approaches and you make your way back home, you carry that quiet rhythm with you, knowing that no matter what the world throws your way, you have the tools to find peace. The forest has given you the quiet strength to navigate life's challenges, to find balance amidst the chaos, and to embrace the present moment fully. And for the first time in a long time, you feel truly at peace with where you are. As you return home, the familiar walls of your space greet you, but something is different this time. You feel more at ease, more present within your own space. The noise of the world still exists outside, but within there is a sense of quiet that you've carried with you from the forest. It's like a gentle hum that stays with you, reminding you that peace is not just something you find in nature, but something you can create wherever you are. You make your way through the house, moving deliberately and slowly, allowing each step to match the rhythm of the forest walk. You notice the smallest details, how the light falls through the window, how the sound of your footsteps on the wooden floor is soothing, like the rustle of leaves underfoot in the woods. The house, which once felt like a space full of obligations and distractions, now feels like a sanctuary, a place where you can breathe, relax, and be present. You sit down in your favorite chair, the one by the window, and look out. The view outside is calm, the soft glow of the streetlights casting long shadows on the pavement. The world is still moving, but you are not rushing to meet it. The pace you found in the forest is with you now, steady and unhurried. You realize that you don't need to fill every moment with activity or noise. It's okay to simply exist, to be still, and to allow yourself the space to breathe. The peace of the forest lingers, and you begin to understand something important. Peace is not a destination, but a journey. It's a rhythm that you can carry with you, no matter where you are or what you're doing. The world may be filled with noise, but you don't have to let it drown you. You have the power to step back, to slow down, and to find stillness within yourself. As you sit in the quiet of your home, you think back to the forest, the way the trees stood so tall, unmoving, yet so full of life, the way the stream flowed without rushing, moving steadily forward at its own pace, the way the leaves rustled in the breeze, creating a symphony of natural sounds that calmed your mind. It wasn't the forest that made you feel at peace. It was the way the forest moved, at its own rhythm, without hurry or expectation. It was a reminder that you, too, can move at your own pace. The world outside may be full of urgency, but within, you have found a place of peace, a rhythm that is yours to keep. The forest showed you that you don't have to fight the world or try to control it. You can simply exist within it, finding moments of stillness and quiet wherever you are. The forest's peace is not something you need to seek out. It is already within you, always has been, and always will be. As you relax further into the chair, your thoughts slow down, your body feels lighter, and your breath deepens. The weight of the day seems to lift off your shoulders, replaced by a quiet sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the forest, for the lessons it has taught you, and for the peace you've found within yourself. You realize that this peace is not fleeting. It is a part of you now, a constant presence that you can call upon whenever you need it. The rest of the evening stretches out before you, and instead of feeling like a race to the finish line, it feels like an opportunity to be present, to embrace the stillness that you've learned to carry with you. You don't need to fill the time with noise or activity. The stillness, the calm, the peace you found in the forest are enough. As you settle into the evening, you smile softly, knowing that no matter what comes next, you have everything you need. The world can be as it is, but you have learned how to navigate it with peace in your heart. You've found a rhythm that is uniquely yours, a rhythm that allows you to move through life with grace, with stillness, and with a quiet strength that comes from within. The night falls, and you close your eyes, allowing the soft rhythm of your breath to guide you into sleep. The peace of the forest lingers, woven into your very being, and as you drift off, you know that the forest's wisdom is always with you, ready to return whenever you need it. The night has settled in fully now, and as you lie in bed, the quiet that surrounds you feels complete. The rhythm of your breath is slow and steady, like the calming pulse of the forest you walked through just days ago. The world outside is still, and the peacefulness that envelops you is like a soft blanket. It's as if the stillness of the forest has seeped into your very bones, and now it's there in every moment, with you as you rest. You start to realize that this peaceful feeling isn't something you need to work for. It doesn't require a specific place or time to find. It's already inside you. The forest simply reminded you of that truth. The simplicity of it all, the calm, the breath, the slow pace, isn't something that exists only in nature. It's something that exists in the quietest corners of your own heart. In the stillness of your room, you feel the hum of that inner peace. It's as if the quiet of the forest has followed you home, settled into your space. You breathe deeply again, feeling the softness of the air fill your lungs, and for a moment, you wonder why you ever felt so rushed, so caught up in the noise of everyday life. It's not the world outside that makes you feel unsettled. It's how you move through it, how you allow yourself to get swept up in the current. Now, you know better. You don't need to race through life, checking off tasks or hurrying from one thing to the next. Instead, you can move slowly, deliberately, taking your time to breathe, to be, and to simply exist. It's a lesson that the forest taught you, and one that stays with you even now in the quiet of your room. You think back to the moments in the forest when you stopped to listen, to breathe, to truly experience the world around you. The sound of the stream, the rustle of leaves, the call of a bird. All of those small details added up to a feeling of peace. In the same way, the small moments of your day, the breath between tasks, the pause before responding to someone, the tiny moments of stillness, can be enough to keep that peace with you. In the quiet, you reflect on the things that used to weigh heavily on your heart, the worries, the fears, the anxiety that once felt overwhelming. You realize they're not as heavy as they once seemed. They are still there, but they don't feel as consuming. You know now that you don't need to carry them. You can choose to put them down, to let them go, just as you let the pace of the forest guide you to a place of stillness. The peace of the forest feels like a gift, one you don't need to rush to unwrap. It's not something you need to chase or find. It's something that's always available to you. When you need it, you can return to it. You can find it in the quiet of a walk, in the simple act of breathing deeply, in the way you move through the world with intention and mindfulness. As the night stretches on, you allow yourself to sink deeper into the peaceful rhythm of your breath, the calmness that has settled inside you. You've learned that peace doesn't require perfection, doesn't require everything to be quiet or still in the world around you. It simply requires you to slow down, to be present, and to allow yourself the space to experience the world as it is, without needing to change it. In this moment, you feel a deep sense of gratitude for the forest, for the quiet lessons it has taught you. The stillness of the trees, the flow of the stream, the rustling of leaves. It all came together to remind you of your own inner peace. And now you carry that peace with you, always within reach. As you drift off to sleep, the quiet rhythm of your breath and the peaceful stillness of the forest surround you, offering you comfort, rest, and the certainty that no matter what tomorrow brings, you have the tools to find peace within yourself. You've learned how to live with grace, to move through life at your own pace, and to always return to the quiet when you need it. And with that, you slip into a deep, restful sleep, knowing that the forest's quiet presence will be there when you wake, whispering to you softly, reminding you to breathe, to pause, and to always find your peace. The night passes quietly, and when you wake, it's as though the peacefulness of the forest has lingered, wrapping around you like a warm blanket. The early morning light filters through the curtains, soft and golden, casting gentle shadows across the room. The world outside is waking up, but inside there is a stillness that remains. The calm that filled your sleep lingers, not fading with the morning light, but deepening as you open your eyes. You stretch, and as you do, you notice how your body feels different. The tension you once carried, the weight of the world on your shoulders seems lighter. You feel more at ease, more in tune with your own rhythm. It's as though the forest has infused you with its quiet energy, its peacefulness, and now you carry it within you no matter where you go. You sit up, take a deep breath, and for a moment simply exist. You don't feel the need to rush, to jump into the day. The stillness from the forest is still with you, reminding you that there is no need to hurry. The day will unfold as it's meant to, and you can choose to move through it at your own pace. The gentle light outside calls to you, and you make your way to the window. You pull back the curtains and the view is peaceful, calm, just like the forest. The trees sway gently in the breeze, and the world outside seems quiet, almost still. You take a moment to breathe it all in, feeling a deep sense of connection to the world around you, to the rhythm of nature that you've come to know so well. You smile softly, remembering the lesson the forest gave you, that peace isn't something you find outside yourself, but something you create from within. The world will always be full of noise, of rushing, of demands, but you now know that you don't have to be swept up in it. You can move through the world with a sense of calm, with intention, and with a quiet strength that comes from the peace you've cultivated inside yourself. As you make your way through the morning routine, you do so slowly, savoring each moment. You notice the warmth of your cup of tea, the simple joy of the steam rising, the softness of the air in the room. Each action is a reminder that peace is found in the little things, in the simple moments, in the quiet pauses. The forest has shown you that it's not the big things, the grand gestures, that create peace. It's the quiet moments, the stillness between the noise, that allow you to find calm. You step outside, the fresh morning air filling your lungs, and for the first time in a long time, you feel ready for the day. The world may be moving fast, but you don't have to rush. You've found your rhythm, your pace, and you can move through the day with the same calm presence that the forest showed you. the forest is still with you, even now. It's in the way you breathe, in the way you see the world, in the way you choose to move through life. The peace it gave you is yours to keep, a constant companion, ready to return whenever you need it. You've learned that you don't need to escape to find peace. It's always with you, in every step, in every breath, in every moment you choose to be present. As the day unfolds, you carry the rhythm of the forest with you. The world outside may be full of noise and chaos, but you've learned how to find peace in the midst of it. You've learned how to breathe, how to slow down, how to find the stillness within yourself, no matter where you are. And that, you realize, is the greatest gift the forest has given you. Now, as you move through the world, you carry with you the knowledge that peace is not a place or a moment. It's a way of being, a way of living. And with that knowledge, you feel ready to face whatever the day brings, knowing that no matter what happens, you can always return to the quiet rhythm that resides within you. As the day turns to evening once more, and the world around you begins to quiet, you smile. You know that the forest is always with you, waiting, ready to offer its peace again. You carry its stillness within you, and with that peace, you are ready for whatever comes next. And so, our journey through the quiet forest comes to an end. Each step was not just a movement, but an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves, to embrace the stillness that surrounds us. The moments spent in the forest have taught us that peace is not something to be sought far away, but something that exists within us, always ready to be nurtured, no matter where we are. Now, whether you return to the hustle and bustle of life or rest in the comfort of your own space, remember that you can always return to that moment of quiet, that peace that you've cultivated throughout this journey. Just like the ancient trees standing firm in the forest, you too can remain grounded through life's storms, with a calm heart and a peaceful soul. May you sleep well and always find peace in every moment of your life. Sweet dreams.